Hello everyone, my name is Shunyu, and I'm here to present our work, Linking Emergent and Natural Languages by Corpus Transfer. Emergent communication studies how machines can develop their own languages. It's often implemented as an image referential game, where a speaker generates a sequence of tokens based on an input image, and the listener needs to guess the image based on the message. By optimizing two agents for guessing success, the message from the speaker of the emergent language could evolve properties similar to the natural language. Researchers have proposed various game setups and evaluation metrics, along with many claims about what conditions improve the emergent language. However, two major questions have hindered progress in the field. First, claims and metrics are often specific to their own setups and over-approximate natural language. Second, the study doesn't seem useful for real-world tasks. In this work, we'll attempt to address both questions by linking the emergent language to natural language in two ways, corpus transfer and sentence translation, and showcase how emergent language could be useful for real-world tasks, as well as be evaluated against natural language directly. The idea of corpus transfer is to pre-train a model on a source language, then fine-tune on a target language, so that the transfer benefit could quantitatively indicate relations between the source and target languages. We first consider the canonical task of language modeling, where we fine-tune on 10 Wikipedia corpora from diverse linguistic families. Each corpora only has 2 million tokens, so that pre-training could help. For pre-training, we use three source languages, EC, an emergent language corpus, Parnzip, a regular language corpus of Latin parses, and lastly ES, a Spanish Wikipedia corpus, as the upper bound of the two previous non-natural language corpora. Plot shows relative propensity to scratch, which means no pre-training. Surprisingly, when pre-trained with no more than 5 million tokens, emergent language is even more beneficial than Spanish and reduces the scratch propensity by 25%. But the benefit does not scale well. In the paper, we discuss the finding in more details and perform several observations to confirm the non-trivialness of the transfer performance. Note that languages without explicit meanings, like Dike, can also transfer to natural language modeling due to the structure properties. To also consider semantic properties of language, we adopt a classic language grounding task, image captioning. Here, we pre-train a model to turn images into the emergent caption. Note that a scheme like this can use any unlabeled images in the wild, without any need for language data. Also, ungrounded languages cannot apply to such a scheme. We call our emergent pre-training plus EC and set a lower bound of base, which means no pre-training, and upper bound of plus NL, where the model is pre-trained to turn images into their noisy English captions in conceptual captions dataset. We use MS Coco for fine-tuning. When fine-tuned with 5K or 50K pairs, plus EC significantly outperforms base and even matches half the benefit from plus NL, which uses 3 million English captions. But when the full 500K pairs are used, even plus NL does not help compared to base, possibly because MS Coco English is very different from the noisy English in conceptual captions. This again shows transfer helps only if the task language data is limited. While transfer leverages various extrinsic language tasks and data, we also want a more intrinsic measure of how close an emergent language is to the natural language. So we consider translation, with the intuition that closer languages should be easier to translate. We use a small set of image captions to generate emergent and natural language pairs, and collect 200 different emergent languages. For each one, we train a translation model with ROG-L metric to indicate how close the emergent language is to natural language. Across those different checkpoints, we found that our translation measure correlates better with the language modeling transfer performance compared to two previous common metrics, gaming accuracy and topographic similarity, while the latter has little correlation with transfer. More fine-grained analysis and discussion are in the paper. In summary, our work explores how emergent language could be useful for natural language tasks and how to measure natural language properties in emergent language. We are excited about many brand new future directions by linking emergent and natural languages, both practically and scientifically, and they are detailed in the paper discussion section. Thank you so much.